counselor, sex therapist, and excellent matchmaker. Follow my lead. She can help you rekindle the flames of love. Join Dr. Tolu. Join Dr. Tolu, the Fixer, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 11 p.m. to 12 a.m. on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Nigeria Info. The flames of love.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
Okay, good evening and welcome to Intimate Talk with Dr. Tolu. Thank you, everyone, wherever you might be joining me. A lot has happened tonight, like I'm not supposed to be here. But, yeah, not something so serious, but, I've been in the studio for like about 40 minutes ago, but unfortunately, something just happened, all right? One of those stuffs, all right? But I'm glad I'm here eventually, and I'm very happy to be here as always, and I'm glad that you guys are joining me wherever you might be all over the world, listening to Intimate Talk with Dr. Tolu or watching me live on 99.3 Nigeria Info on Facebook. Right, thank you for joining me tonight, and compliments of the season to you. I think it's a good time to say that to you. It's a season of love, a season of sacrifice, a time to show love to those that you care about. And like I said last week, I really want to be taking topics that could help couples to bond more, that could help you to prepare yourself, forget about all the problems, all the shortcomings that you've been having in 2019. I wish you could put that all behind you and start afresh in 2020. So I'm trying to see how I could prepare the ground for you, what's the ground for you, preparing you for a better 2020, a more romantic one in your relationship, because I actually understand that your relationship is your life. I've been saying this and I'll keep saying it. If you understand the impact of relationship, you are not going to joke with it, especially an emotional one. Especially when you are in love with someone, it could be very tough if things are not working the way you want them to be in your relationship. It could be very emotionally disturbing. It could actually affect every other aspect of your life. All right, so because I understand all of that, I want to see how I could help you to lay a solid foundation in your relationship, especially in your sex life. Get all the benefit that God has given you from sex. Like, how could you be married and be denying yourself sex when God has given you the capacity to enjoy all the benefit, amazing, mind-blowing benefit of sex that you all could testify to when I talked about it, I think 2 weeks ago. All right, so that's the essence of this topic tonight, and I'm talking about sexual turn-off for men. Whatever I could do, let me just do for like 10-20 minutes because of my time and what happened. Do not worry, on Thursday I'm going to conclude it. Right, so it's December. Actually, I'm excited about this month because it's my birth month. Okay, yeah, December. Excited. I think the pretty ones are born in December, right? Yeah, so a lot of interesting things happened in my life in 2019, and one of them is having you guys, with me, coming to radio. This is very therapeutic for me, like I have said before, and coming here knowing that I'm doing something. When you guys call me and be like, oh, Dr. Tolu, I've been listening to you, I've introduced my friends, and you know what it means. It's not like you introduce people to the show and they be like, no, I don't want to listen, but you keep calling me, telling me I introduce people and they enjoyed it. Like, it's grace, really. And it is not so easy for everyone. In fact, for a lot of people actually, to find that one thing that God has created them to do. It is not so easy for a lot of people. I feel I am blessed to be doing what I love doing. To me, this is Leo. This is enjoyment. This is pleasure for me. I love what I do, and the passion, the joy, the joy that I get from You don't know, you can't understand really. You need to be there to be able to understand. Like when I see people coming into my office for counseling or for therapy, and I think I've said this before on this show, mostly in this part of the world, people don't talk to counselors or therapists until things have really gotten out of hands, like they know they can't do anything about it anymore. And so they don't even need to open their mouth before you could see that these people are distressed, like they are going through so much. They are dressing, their look, you could say. But after like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sessions, and then you start seeing them glowing, happy, then you understand how relationship could actually make or mar your life, especially an emotional one. All right, so seeing myself, seeing the number of couples that I've dealt with in 2019 and the success rate gives me a lot of joy, and it makes me to want to come here and keep doing what I love to do. And sincerely speaking, thank you guys for being a part of my show. Thank you for being a part of my life. Thank you for allowing me, just the way I am, to come here and try to share, my passion with you, try to be a blessing to you the way I can. Right? Thank you guys for following me, for sharing my videos on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook, for following me everywhere, and for dropping all those sweet messages. Like, sometimes I look at some messages and I'll be like, wow, thank you guys. Right? And of course, December 2019, yeah, my birth month, my birthday is going to be, I think it's next week. Yeah, my birthday is next week. All right. So I keep celebrating my birthday. I think this is my second. Yeah, this is my second birthday on this show, right? So it will be a good one to see. I don't know if I can come to the studio with cake and probably, I don't know, I've not thought about anything. Maybe have some of you join me here and let's celebrate together. So maybe if you'd be willing to join me on the show, let's just come here and have fun. If you're being a part of this show and then you just want to join me, then we just have an open mic, we talk, we rub minds together. I'm just thinking about that now. I didn't plan that before. I look forward to seeing that happen, right? All right, guys, thank you for joining me once again, and you are welcome to my show. I had an introduction that I planned to talk about, but because of my time, I'm not going to be talking about that. I will just go straight to what I'm talking about tonight: sexual turn off for men.
Take my hand and walk with me, my love. Just say what you want and I'll get it for you, my love. Take my all, I give it all and take it back. All I want is your love. You can take my all, I give it all and take it back. All I want is your love.
Right, guys, so you're welcome back to Intimate Talk with Dr. Zula. I'm just enjoying that song by Johnny Drill. All right, so tonight I'm talking about sexual turn off for men. So last week I talked about the women. So I posted this on my Facebook page and somebody made a comment and be like, oh, so it's all about the men. Like, for real. Last week I kept talking about the women, and funny enough, I noticed something last week. I noticed something on Tuesday and on Thursday as well. A lot of ladies called into this show. Very, very unusual, very uncommon. A lot of women were calling in. That said something to me, made me to know that I was actually saying their mind. I was saying things that were really bothering them. And if the men were not calling, it made me to feel like, okay, maybe, I was just hitting the nails on the head. I was hitting it, at the right places. So, and of course, if that is your situation, or if what I've talked about last week affected you as a man, it is not whatever I'm saying on this show is not to condemn anybody. It's not even in my place to judge you. You could actually do whatever you feel is okay for you. But of course, most of my topics could be like a wake-up call for you to see how you could fix things. And at the end of the day, I expect to see, because so many of you, I got a lot of feedback from that particular topic. Actually, I was surprised. People saying, oh, now I understand why she was acting funny. Oh, now I know why she was behaving like that. So now it's not just okay to know, the right thing to do is to do something about it. So you might actually want to sit down as couples and talk about these things and see how you can make amends and make things better for the year ahead. All right, so most of the time, so it's all about the men tonight, and I hope you guys will be able to call in and say one or two things when I open the phone line. All right, so the truth is, it is very easy to get carried away, as women, and we could just keep saying that, oh, men don't, they don't, oh, just give them sex. It's very common for us to say, oh, men need just a place to have sex. Women need reasons. So we see men like sex machines. I don't blame us for thinking that way. The truth is, the sexual drive of men are actually high. I mean, it's higher than that of women. Now, and then you can blame that on the testosterone. So it's okay for a man to desire sex more than women, right? And I think because of this, the way men are wired sexually, I think it made women to now take them for granted. And then it has gotten to like, oh, shebi you want sex, oh yeah, come and take, oh, shebi you want, oh yeah, come and take, oh. So I think it has gotten to that level where we just believe, they are men now, just give them sex, they'll be fine. And I don't think it's okay. I mean, it's just like a baby is crying, oh yeah, give him the biscuit, and he will stop crying. And I know some men, of course, because of the testosterone, you sometimes you see all these things. You too, you cannot complain, just because, I mean, you want the sex and the hormone is not allowing you to rest. Because of that, you just take anything. But I know you will have preferred if it is better, if it is quality. It is not okay to just believe that men want sex, give them sex anyhow, just give them. No, men also want quality sex. People say a lot that men are not emotional, they just have sex with you. No, when a man is in love with you, the way he makes love to you is different. And I mean, have you forgotten that song? When a man loves a woman, go and listen to the lyrics of that song very well. Like, it's more passionate for men. Most of the time, say, oh, women are so emotional, women. But when a man is in love, it's more intense. That's the truth. And when you want to make love to you, he also wants to do it with all his mind. So it is not right. It's a myth for us to be feeling that because they are men, they don't deserve quality lovemaking. It's not right. And you can attest to the fact that on this show, a lot of men have called lamenting, like, I don't know what to do with that woman. Okay, I mean, I keep begging her for sex. Some men will cry, I don't get it, really. But I hope that, last week's topic will have been able to help a lot of you to be able to see probably there's something you are not doing the right way for the woman that is making her to act the way she was doing or she is doing. So maybe you could fix all of that. But as women too, it is high time we understand that men also want quality sex, and we need to up our game and do something about it. So maybe there are things that you are doing that is making him to run away. We understand that, I don't care. As much as I know that there is no reason that is good enough for cheating. But I think it is okay too. It is okay for a man it is okay for us as women not to, how do they put it now? Rub palm oil, on someone's body and then put the person near the fire. And you are saying you don't want to fry the person. Like, it's not right. Like you say, I don't want you to eat meat, and then you fry the meat, and then you are saying, okay, help me to cut it with your teeth, and you are saying, don't eat the meat. Like, that's what we do most of the time. Like, we actually make things difficult for this men, and no thanks to the society that we live in. And we should all forget about this moralistic thing about Nigeria. Nigeria is not morally upright at all. That's the truth. We pretend too much. We act like I think American that we are complaining about, like, oh, God forbid that, God forsaken country, whatever. Oh, their moral is this. They are better than us. Because these people just come out the way they are. But here, we just pretend. And sometimes I wonder how. I was having a discussion with so this group of white people that came to interview me a few weeks back were having some discussion, and they were like, they found out something in Nigeria that when people want to get married, they probably have to borrow money, do a lot of parties, big party, and all of that. And and they were like, they found that, very interesting. And I'm like, yeah, that's our style. But the four of them, that I was talking to, the four of them were married. And the youngest marriage among the four marriages is 19 years old. Those guys are not young guys, 19 years old. There's one of 22, 27. These guys have been married. Now, married, they were not actually legally married. Funny enough, the four of them were in a relationship. 17 years relationship, 27 years old relationship, 22 years old, no marriage. And I was like, how come the four of you? And she was like, no, all these things about marriage used to happen like 70 years ago in our country. And I'm like, how do you mean? People don't go about trying to borrow money and do all sort of just because they want to get married. And then at the end of the day, you get married. You got married for the wrong reasons. I mean, that's one terrible thing. We normally get married for wrong. Like, how many people are getting married for love in Nigeria? Go and check it. You get married, maybe, you are getting old. It's just convenient. The guy is handsome. She has money. My family says so. Check your reasons. That's why you notice that as soon as you enter into the relationship, within 3, 4, 5 months, you're already feeling like, what am I doing here? Because in the first place, you can't tolerate that person. Because there is something that love does. It makes you to be able to take what you will not take from any other person. The space you can't share with other people that could make your life miserable. When you're in love with someone, you could share with that person. So back to what I was saying, and she was like, yeah. I was like, how come? 27 years old relationship, 2 kids. All of them have kids. And you're like, yeah. And I said, you guys, so that you guys could cheat. And she said, no, you can't cheat. You can't date. Like, you are in a committed relationship with this person. Like, when you, like, and I remember I was having a conversation. And if you live abroad or you are conversant with what is happening over there, you can testify to this. I was having a conversation with somebody, like a cousin of mine, and she was saying, somebody was actually somebody like an uncle was having an affair with a girl, like his daughter's friend, who should be around 20 years old. And this cousin of mine found out, and she went on and she was lamenting, and she went on and on and on and on, and she was like, auntie, how can he do that kind of a thing? Like, I was like, but that's a normal thing here in Nigeria now. Like it's like it's normal. And there's a way these things, you can't try all this nonsense, really. Like, the first question, like, about it happens everywhere. And she's like, auntie, before you cheat abroad, you will think twice. Because you don't want to go to jail. You don't want to go to jail. But in Nigeria, like, for real, in fact, most people that cheat over there probably cheat with their secretary or cheat with... It's not so easy to be flaunting guests all around as a married man, really. And this guy was telling me, this lady was telling me, one of these, back to the story of... And she was like, no, all of them are in relationship, 4 of them. And none of them is legally married. And it's not an, how do I put it now, avenue to cheat. You can't cheat. Just because you are in a serious relationship, you are committed. But here, we will do big wedding, elaborate, dance for 3 months, practice choreography and all this. It's good. They are nice stuffs. Yeah? But at the end of the day, we keep preparing for the marriage. Commitment is not even there. We prepare for wedding ceremony. We don't prepare for the marriage itself. And so as soon as you get into the marriage, there are crises. There are issues of, I don't like, she does not love me. I don't, Sincerely speaking, I know that there's no reason that is good enough for cheating. That's the point I'm trying to make. But I think most times, we as women, we act like we have alternatives. Maybe your dildo is an alternative, but I don't think, like, if you know that you want to, like, you want to use sex toys you want to introduce sex toys to your sex life, I think it should be a mutual thing between you and your partner. It's not something that you should introduce because I don't care. Like you want that thing to replace your man. It's not supposed to be so. So probably there are things you are doing that is pushing him outside, even though it's not an excuse. Or there are things that some men are actually miserable. Like you need to listen to some married men. You'll be shocked. They are miserable. And unfortunately for them, there are girls everywhere who maybe not their fault. Economy too is not making them to understand what values means anymore. Right? So what are the things you are not doing the right way? Maybe out of the fact that what I call the conspiracy of silence, don't talk about sex, keep quiet about it. Or maybe out of the fact that you are not connecting enough. All these things could be worked on. Or maybe you are not just enjoying the sex and you feel like, I can't keep doing it for him. It is better you talk about it and resolve all these issues. But stop giving him quantity sex without quality. So men also have needs. Men have wants when it comes to sex. They also have emotions. They have blood running in their veins, and they also want to enjoy sex to the fullest. They want to get connected. They could be emotional. They also want to make love emotionally. It's not just about the genitals alone for them as well. And then you need to understand that. So maybe for those of you that are crying, it's always going outside. Like for real. For real, there are certain things that, they tell you to do. Today, no, it's against my Bible. Oh, it's against my Quran. Oh, God will not like it. Oh, I can't use the mouth I'm using to pray, no, I'm fasting. For 7 weeks, you are fasting. And then for so many of us, you said, I had a client like that a long time ago anyway. It was a serious issue. That was before they came to me. And the husband, it got to a point, the husband has to say, you have to choose between me and your pastor. And she stood up and said, I chose my pastor. I don't think that is wisdom. Really. I think some of us are just brainwashed. We don't even know the right thing to do. So tonight, maybe this topic could actually help you to do the right thing. I've said a lot. So when I'm going to talk about this on Thursday, no more introduction, no talking too much. I just go straight to the point. But my number one tonight is dead women in bed. This is a very serious turn off for men. Dead women in bed. You are just there like ice fish. Cold. Log of wood. They are touching you, nothing is moving. I say this a lot of time that erection is very egoistic. When you are making love with a man or to a man, there is something about your expression that makes the man to feel like, yes, I'm doing something and I want to do more. I'm doing something. That is how erection feels. But when you are just lying down, you are giving him his scorecard and you are telling him, you better do what you have to do because it's not making it. Do you know how it feels? For some, it reduces a man's ego to level 0. It's coming towards you, it's touching you, it's trying to, play with you, do everything, kiss you and everything. You are just there. Like it's after some time, the man will be feeling like, I don't even know. These things, you don't understand how it drives a man crazy. Because the man will be feeling like, oh God, am I so poor? Am I so bad? Am I so useless that I can't even make her to feel anything? You are just there. You will not even make a sound. Funny enough, the sound, your sense of hearing, we say men are visual beings, yeah? But when it comes to love making, they are hearing, should I call it hearing faculty? It's at a lot. When a man is at a higher level of ecstasy, his hearing faculty is at a lot. He want to hear you. He want to hear you say, oh baby, I love what you're doing to me. Yes, I'm feeling you. Not that you are just there. Do what you have to do and just, you are not saying it, but your body language is saying all of that. The man is even making love to you. He's feeling useless. Dead women in bed. You can't continue being that kind of woman in 2020. You need to participate. You need to make moves. You need to get involved. You need to change positions. You need to tell him. You need to participate. It is love making. It is between the two of you. Even if it is sex, even if it's a quickie, like he will be the one. It's sexy when, you see, think about it. Sexy when a man, very sexy. And it's actually a turn on when a man undresses a woman, very serious turn on. But he's undressing you, and you are just like this. You cannot even make an attempt to also touch him, like bring up his shirt or bring up his singlet. You are just there. That's, it's not fair. Dead women in bed is a total turn off for men. Secondly, is women who command too much. So this one, you are not dead. And see, there's something about this kind of women, women who command too much. It's not like they are even getting involved. Like, it's not like, oh, baby, I love what you're doing. That's not what they do. They're like, don't touch me there. Oh. I beg, come out your hand for that place. I beg, as in, like, how do you make love in that atmosphere? Like I said, love making is like worship. And then you are telling somebody, don't touch me there. I beg, no, they touch me like that. Like, it's your right. But they say when you pass this message across, you command too much. Remove your hand. I beg. Like during the act of love making. Who does that? If there are things you don't want him to do, they say when you pass the message and the man get the message. The man get the message. If he's getting too much, you keep commanding. Oh yeah, stand up. Oh yeah, sit there. Oh yeah. Just because maybe the hormone, the testosterone is so high, it's not allowing him to think straight. And then you want to take advantage of that. Like, I really don't know why some women feel they could take advantage of sex. Because I think you actually have the capacity to enjoy it more than him. Really. Women who command too much. Number 3 is a bad toucher. A bad toucher. Now, so there are some very sensitive parts in a man's body. It is not only women that have erotic zones. There are zones that are very sensitive, like the perineum, like the scrotum. Imagine that they told you, the scrotum is very sensitive, and then you touch the scrotum, and then you are grabbing it like like you are looking for something inside. Like, these things require skills. Give blow job, you are not, even if you giving hand job, you are giving your hand job like you are, how will I put it? You are trying to scrub or wash clothes. It's not right. You need to be a good toucher. Like we keep saying, women are very sensitive, men take it slow and steady. Men also need you. There are times that it's not every time they want quick kisses. There are times that you also want to settle down and enjoy the 3-course meal. Love making. There are times that you also want to be wanted, to feel needed. Wanted, actually. Bad toucher. They say, the nipple of a man is very sensitive, and you grab the nipple. I don't know if you guys know that the nipple of a man, men nipples are very sensitive, especially the left one for a lot of them. I don't know how you make love to a man and you forget the nipples. It's very important. But so for so many of you, they say, okay, touch the nipple. Dr. Tolu said touch the nipple. Like, come on. You can't be a bad toucher. You need to take your time. Also touch him and make him feel good. Touch him and also make him feel like, wow. Number 4, women who never initiate sex is a total turn off for men. For 15 years, 20 years, 25 years of marriage, you have never said, babe, I want you. So many of you, me. I mean, I've said this a lot of times, Dr. Tolu. How will I say it? Like, for real, he's your man. How won't you say it? Say it anyhow, right? And then you keep being like, every time, all the time that you make love in that marriage, he's always the one asking for it. Do you know how that make him feel? Like a beggar. Like a beggar. Like you are not enjoying it. You are just doing it for him. That's what he's feeling. So even when he's making love, for so many of you, you see, you can link most of this sexual turn off for men as a foundation of the erection problem your husband is having. Because that is how the man's brain works when it comes to his sexuality. Every time he kept getting the message, I'm not good enough, I'm not wanted, I'm not good enough, I'm not wanted. That is what the message you are sending across with all these points I'm mentioning. After some time, erection will disappear. So many of you that you are crying for erection, you caused this from the beginning. And then you will take something from now till eternity. Nothing is going to happen. Keep drinking all the concussions. Nothing is going to happen. Because most of these things are psychological. Women who never initiate sex, you can't say I want you. There's a way you actually want a man to know you want him. I don't even see the reason why you can't say, babe, I want you. Like, babe, in a very romantic way. Or like you can actually send, thank God for messages and WhatsApp. Babe, I can't wait to see you tonight. Like, babe, snap yourself in a lingerie. As much as possible, I want you to avoid showing the genitals. Don't show your breast, or maybe you don't show your face but you can send, like so many of, see, that is what the girlfriends are doing to your husband. It's not like you are competing. But come on, these things actually have a way of spicing things up. Because you are married, so you can't send a picture of you in a lingerie and say, babe, tonight is going to be hot. Do it. It's not only a shewo that does that. It's not only a girlfriend. Like, I don't know where we get that wrong mentality. I feel like the way we reason is not right. Like I was saying in the beginning, this white guys are like, but why are people? And then, after the wedding, you're not even committed. You do all the wedding, you spend millions, and then you are not even committed. You say cheat. Like, who does that in the first place? And there are people who are in relationship for years. They don't, like, you can't just cheat anyhow, really. You can't just cheat anyhow when those of you that lives abroad. You think twice. Because, there's one video of one Nigerian man that got married to a Liberian lady, if you can remember, online. Like, because that one was even, but that's the practice over there. Like, you can't dare it anyhow. But come on. We need to understand that we don't have alternative, and you need to keep dating each other. The man wants to keep being wanted. He wants to make sure that you also want him. It's not the only one wanting you. You never initiate sex. It's not right. Sex is something you should tell your babe, I want you, I miss you. Send text message if you can. Send pictures. Do FaceTime. You can use a lot of tricks. You can wear a very free dress. And then, they say when you wear a very free dress, you can wear maybe something like a G-string. Or, and I don't get it. Like, I was talking to someone, the person. Okay, so I was having a conversation with someone, and the person was like, hey, I don't even know how to tell my wife, that she should be wearing G-string. People get comfortable to tell me. Some of my friends get comfortable to tell me, and they're like, you guys, what's the big deal? Like, it's such a big deal for him. Like, okay, you guys should come for therapy. Because there are a lot of issues that were even there already. Come for therapy, So, but the truth is, because you are married, you don't wear G-string. I don't understand. Like, I don't know. Anyway, so you could actually wear G-string, and then, you stylishly pat your leg. When the man, maybe he's just watching the news and he wasn't just looking. And then, a flash at your side, you just pat the leg and just remove one hand to open the G-string. And then you just close it back. The man he already is having an erection. Do you know what the adrenaline will be rushing in his body already. That is what you should be doing. You can't stop dating. You can't stop flirting because you are a married woman. Women who never initiate sex. And finally, women who talk about former lovers. I'm going to stop here because of my time. Maybe I could take 1 or 2 calls. Women who talk about former lovers. I better go. If it's Kelechi now, the way Kelechi used to shake me. Like, Kelechi na man, the way you shake me. And then the man will be like, who is Kelechi? I don't know where I got that name from tonight. Anyway. As in, you keep comparing your man to your past lover. There are ways like, and this is very common. This is very common in this part of the world. And the reason why so many married women are cheating, going back to their ex, go and check. Very easy for them. Because to their ex, they could say whatever they want to say. They could be free. Nothing to hold back. Oh yeah, touch me now, flip me here now, do me like this. But when they get to the house, they start feeling holy. Like it should be the other way around. Come on. Like you can't and then you can't stop talking about this Kelechi. You can't stop talking about this particular man when you are making love to your husband. Forget it. You have killed his erection. You have killed his ego. His ego has been completely eroded. I'm going to stop there tonight. And of course, I want to hear you probably maybe on Instagram. I don't know. I'm live on Instagram. I'm on at Dr. Tolu _ the fixer. That's Dr. Tolu _ the fixer. So you might want to drop your comment on Instagram. I'm going to read them. All right. And of course, I'm not sure I can open the phone line. So let's do Instagram. Right? Let's do Instagram. No time. Okay, so let's see. Okay, Tunde, thank you. Wheeziest, the fixer giving it hard. That's from Mitsuna. It's great. I really don't know about that. Tobinwa, thank you. Tunde, oh, you are really the fixer. Thank you. Toby, I don't know why you are laughing. Karma collection Friday. All right, the fixer giving it hard. I really don't know. Hey mama, thank you, Karma collection. All right, so guys, if you want to drop your comment, you could drop them now. Let me see if I can read them on Instagram. Right, Dr. Tolu _ the fixer. Nesam Word says you are just very right. Toby says thanks. Okay, guys, I just hope your woman is listening tonight. And you can actually go to 99.3 Nigeria Info on Facebook and download. I spent just like 10-20 minutes to talk about the topic tonight, right? And I think, this is something every woman should listen to. You might think a lot of people know these things, but it's not true. Mike says, my wife has never asked for sex from me. She feel it's absurd. Can you imagine? It's so, the way we were conditioned, or the way we are conditioned as African women, the way we reason, I don't understand. Like, there are certain things. I was having a business conversation with a friend, and the person was like, these people, the person is in a branding world and all of that. And she was like, that sometimes she wonder what the things that appeal to Nigerians. So like, if you are coming from abroad and you are coming to do business in Nigeria, like, you think what you are doing in that place, like, you'll be shocked that Nigerians are different kind of people. I don't know how we are wired, really. Okay. And Nisam says, I really enjoy listening to you, the fixer. All right. So I'm not going to be taking, I have about 21 points actually. I couldn't take more than 5 tonight because I didn't start on time. And so I'll be giving you like 15 points on Thursday. I'm going to run through it, right? Thank you guys for being a part of the show. And it's been an amazing time with you again, as always. Like, even if I'm feeling sick, if I get to this place, I feel good, right? So don't forget, you can actually follow me on all my social media platforms. On Twitter and on Instagram, I am Dr. Tolu _ the fixer. Dr. Tolu _ the fixer. On Facebook, you should join my Facebook page. I think you are really gonna enjoy it. It's called Intimacy Clinic. So my Facebook is Intimacy Clinic. Just the way I said it. You are gonna love the interesting things. Like, I have some top fans that are very crazy. Shout out to you guys on Facebook, on Intimacy Clinic. Like, shout out to you guys. You guys are really, really making that page to be interesting, and helping people, really, right? And of course, you don't want to forget to follow Nigeria Info on all our social media platforms. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Did you guys see us on Billboard? Did you see Nigeria Info? Yeah, maybe that's a good place to say, Mama, I made it. I feel so good when I saw that picture. All right. Okay, guys. Thank you for being a part of my show tonight. And of course, you have questions. You will have an appointment, end of the year party, speaking engagement, partnership with this show, whatever you think we could do together. My birthday, you want to be a part of it. All you need to do is to send me an inbox message on all my social media platforms or reach me on my website, intimacyclinic.org. My website has all the answers to the questions you might be looking for about this show or about the fixer. www.intimacyclinic.org. Thank you guys for being a part of my show. I'll see you on Thursday. Make sure you have a sex full night. Bye-bye.
She's blunt, real, and practical. She is a professional clinical counselor, sex therapist, and excellent matchmaker. She can help you rekindle the flames of love. Join Dr. Tolu, the Fixer, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 11 p.m. to 12 a.m. on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Nigeria Info. Welcome.